Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and today I've got, well, maybe an interesting one for you. We'll see what you think. We've got pink slips versus speed icons. So Majorette castings versus the new Maisto castings. So this is going to be kind of cool. Now, this isn't really apples to apples, but this is kind of that mid-range diecast where these kind of cost as much as a Hot Wheels Premium. And, you know, in some cases a little bit less, in some cases a little bit more. And they're kind of battling for that middle space. We'll call it the right-hand side of the diecast aisle. Because you always have Hot Wheels on the left, usually anyway. And then the other brand diecast on the right. So this is a battle for this shelf space, right? So right now, speed icons, you know, you're finding those at Target currently. I don't know if they're going to show up at Walmart or not. The pink slips are the Majorette stuff we found at both Target and Walmart. This video also is going to be a product placement video. We've got a product to take a look at here from Noah's Big. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they sent me something kind of cool. And I'm going to take these little sponsorships here and there, my YouTube channel, because I think it might be just kind of fun to take a look at some stuff, okay? And I'll throw an Amazon affiliate link down there, all that good stuff for this product. But we'll look at that in a second. Let's start with opening up one of each of these models. What should we do? Let's get this Mustang. We've got this... actually, what would be an appropriate comparison is going to be the Porsche 911. So maybe we should start with that. So let's do the Porsche 911 GT3 RS from Pink Slips, Jada Pink Slips, which is really a Majorette casting. Okay, just trying to make that clear. These come on a carded package, of course, with a little storage tin that I suppose you could store the car in, but I find it kind of useless, and I've talked about that previously. But let's go ahead and open up this. And then we might try to use this little item here to try to get a closer look. Let's see. Because we're going to illuminate every detail. We're going to see clearly, and we're going to show you these cars confidently. And let's see how that goes. Here's the tin. Overall, it's a nice little tin. I mean, you could use it for various other things, I guess. You know, maybe put a bunch of them in a little desk and use it as like a storage for like push pins or something, or paper clips, or whatever. Or, I mean, you could put the car in there. I just don't know how comfortable I am with the car bouncing around on a metal surface. It just doesn't seem like the right thing to do. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. So Majorette, I'm going to guess you're probably going to be familiar with this stuff. You know, they've been around for a little bit longer in the stores here in the U.S. than the Maisto stuff has. So it rolls. We've got rubber tires. They have suspension. This does have an opening door feature, or opening doors as a feature. This particular one does not want to open that far. Most of the time, the Majorettes do open pretty far. This one does not for whatever reason. Plastic base, metal body, full deco, and overall, looks pretty good. Rolls pretty good. This is a really good casting, actually, from Majorette. And we've got a plastic piece for the spoiler. The headlights are sort of inserted. I believe they are part of the window piece. So there's that one. Set that aside for a second. And then let's take a peek at this Porsche 911 GT2 RS. So this is the GT2 RS as opposed to the GT3 RS. So this is in the Maisto Speed Icons, which a lot of these castings were released as Barago overseas. So diecast metal body chassis, limited edition diecast metal body, diecast metal chassis, opening doors, two-piece wheels, real rubber tires, officially licensed bonus storage box. So we do have a storage solution built in with these too. So these are actually quite similar in what you get in a way. This one, they're easiest to open from the back. Oop. Oh my gosh, fail. Let's fix that quick. Blooper. Well, there's one difference for you right there from the Maisto packaging. It doesn't really like to stand on its own very well on a shelf, unlike the Majorette, which stands up just fine. There is a little piece in the back of the blister to get it to stand up, but it is not as stable, I will tell you that. If that's something you judge car brands by, is whether or not they are shelf stable, like I guess that's up to you, but not my thing. But yeah, so because we open everything on this channel, of course. Now it comes with this little blister, and what I wanted to know, and I think I might have tested this the last time I looked at this brand, is does this fit inside the box? Because if it does, then the box is a viable option for storage, and it doesn't at all. And there's zero chance of it doing that, which is kind of unfortunate. It would be really cool if this little plastic piece, they made it so that it fit inside the box and you could store it. It looked just like a mini GT. Since it doesn't do that, the box is kind of useless. Because again, I mean, you can put it in the box, but you really want it like banging around in there, like moving around. I don't know. It's just not great. Not a great idea. All right. So let's take a look at what we get with the Maisto casting. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say right now this is not fair. These Maisto speed icons should probably really be compared to the new Majorette 2.0, the Majorette Collector's line. And maybe that's the case, but I'm going to tell you straight away, I like the Majorette Collector's line better than this, so it'd be a totally biased review because I just do. Now, I've reviewed these speed icons on one video before. You can go back and check it out. There was some things I was disappointed with, but this Porsche is one of the best castings that they've got because the stance is actually good, and some of their castings have some stance issue. So this one, what do we get? So we get the metal base, we get the metal body, we get the rubber tires, we get opening doors. Let's go ahead and pop those open. And in this particular version, the opening doors on this one look really good as well. I would say on par with the Majorettes. In fact, might even be better. That might even be a tighter line there. It's hard to tell because this car is black, but we'll have some more opening doors here in a moment. This is the one that we're really doing the compare on, just because it's Porsche to Porsche. These have inserted details for the taillights, actually, and the headlights. So really kind of stepping up the game. And it's got the suspension too. Rolls really nice. Scale-wise, this is probably more accurately scaled. Majorette does not claim to scale their cars accurately, at least not this particular line of castings. So, interesting. So let's get out and take a look at the quality. Let's see if we can do and look at some quality of graphics. Now here is our device. So I'm sorry that the logo is upside down, but that's something we are going to have to deal with right now because, yeah, the way I had to mount it on this desk. So this is a mountable, desk mountable, and it is a magnifying glass that has a light. And I apologize, all the controls are upside down, but you guys are smart enough to know how to use something like this. This articulates all over the place. It's an arm that's clamped on the desk. Very nice and stiff. Holds up its weight very well. So I will say this definitely feels like a pretty quality one of these. I've seen some very cheaply made ones of these that I would not have liked. But this one seems to be pretty good. And I was going to see if we could play with this a little bit and maybe get a magnified detail. It's going to be kind of hard to do on camera, but at least I can show you the function of this. This does have a built-in light. As you can see, it adds a lot of light to this. Now, I was going to see if we could really get up close with this and look, but it's going to be kind of tricky because we're on a wide-angle lens, and you're not going to really see much of the magnifying effect. But if we, what would be the easy way to show you that it does magnify? When I'm looking at it from where I'm at, like really far away, you can definitely, there you go. You can tell it's magnifying there, right? When I look at it really far away, it's definitely, things look huge. I'm going to use this actually on my workbench. This is not going to be used for diecast, but I thought this would be kind of an interesting way to look at it. I was like, can we see print quality, stuff like that? Not quite on this with the camera. It's not really what it's designed for, but wanted to show you that real quick. So if you press the sunshine button here, it brings it right up to the brightest setting. You can dim the light if you'd like to. and it's got several steps of being dim. We'll go right back up to there. And then it also has different color temperature options. And that is really nice because some people really like the daylight color, and then some people like more of that gold color. Now, as a byproduct, this could almost be used as a photography light for a little diecast as well. The magnifying glass is just ancillary, but you can see it's got that nice kind of soft glow, and does look really nice. So, I mean, I could definitely use this as an extra positionable light for photography for these little cars. So it does have another purpose too. So for customizers of Hot Wheels, this thing would be sweet. Like, very, very good. And again, it articulates all over the place, and it just stays where you put it, which is really, really nice. The springs seem to be high quality. Everything seems to be good. It's mountable 2 different types of ways, which is really cool too. And again, I will put an affiliate link in the description of the video. I think for now what we're going to use this for, though, is an extra little light for when we bring the car up close to the camera. So now we can look at these really up close. Take a look. I'm not sure how much more light that's adding, but it is adding some light. We've got a massive bright light in this room. Just taking a look at tampo detail. How does that look? It looks okay. Not bad. Paint detail looks okay. And it's definitely a tampo style graphic. Let's take a look at the Maisto. Definitely sharper. So that's what I really wanted to see there, is that, and kind of get a look at that. All right, so that's the magnifying glass. There'll be an affiliate link in the description of the video. You can check that out. I'll make an Amazon affiliate link. Yeah, I guess I'm going to start doing that stuff now. Hopefully that's not too much of an interruption for the diecast portion of the channel, but kind of neat, whatever. Getting free stuff for the YouTube channel is fun, and if it's something sort of relevant, we're going to go ahead and get it, and I'm going to show it to you. Why not? All right, let's move on. Let's open some more pink slips. Let's start with this guy here. This is the Nissan Z with a very Japanese looking livery. Open this up. Oh man. And take a quick peek. I think the trick is for me not to be long-winded on these little product placements, but hey, we're going to learn as we go along. You know, honestly, I kind of want that light now there. Let's do this. I didn't mean for this to be a lighting video, but does that add a little bit more? It does. It's actually quite nice. Maybe there is a more of a purpose for the light's really cool. All right, so very neat. There's the casting. It's okay. Again, you can see a lot of door gappage here. Stance is not fantastic on this one either. We're going to go ahead and lower the camera, actually. Let's try that. Yeah, we're getting something good here now. Always professional here on the channel. All right. Very cool. Looking good. Yeah, it's all right. It's not super exciting. They did an okay job on this. Painted details in the back. They got the faux inserted details, which I think is just part of the window piece. Not that that's a bad thing. Okay, let's open up the rest of our pink slips. This one is the Ford Mustang Dark Horse. And then we're going to open up the rest of our speed icons. We're going to just make a decision. Like, if you had to only buy one brand and you had to pick between these or those, like, what would you go with? I'm thinking right now, like, the no-brainer is the speed icons, but I'm interested to see what you think. They don't make a Dark Horse, so I think this is a pretty new casting. I mean, it would have to be, right? Kind of a cool color. It's like this metallic orange, and it looks really nice. Details there in the rear, and then the front end of these Mustangs looks pretty awesome. And we got some like carbon fiber look, and again, opening doors on these, which work pretty well. You can kind of see the interior. Oh, that's really nice. This extra light's great for the interior detailer. I should say the thing is powered by USB too, so you can just plug it into a laptop if you want to. That would be able to power it. Otherwise, it comes with a little brick, and you can just plug it into an extension cord, which is how I have it now. You might even be able to get a power bank that could run it, too, if you want to make it somewhat portable. It's going to live in my workbench, though, and I'm going to enjoy it there. All right, and then Lamborghini Sian. Let's go ahead and open up that guy in blue. This one's probably the worst of all these. It's a car that I, would love for it to be the best, but unfortunately, it's really the worst proportioned version of the Sian, I think, ever. Out of any of the die-cast Sians that I have, the Majorette one, honestly, is probably the worst. Even worse than a Hot Wheels mainline, because I think the Hot Wheels mainline, they did a pretty good job of proportioning it. The artwork on here looks cool. I mean, that looks pretty cool, right? But the casting itself, the wheels, they just didn't do a good job designing the casting around the sizes of wheels they have. So the sizes of wheels they're stuck with, right? All the wheels are basically the exact same size, and they have to build the casting around it to be proportionate. That is part of why they don't follow any one particular scale. Let's change color temperature. Ooh, now it kind of matches my light more. Is that too blue? This is fun to play with, actually. All right. So it does have opening doors, and they do open like that, which, well, one of them opens like way backwards, which is cool. All right. That's fun. I mean, especially if you're a kid. I mean, that's like play value. They can definitely, would enjoy that and think that that's really cool. It's just proportionately, they just did not do a great job of working this car around the size of wheels. Oh, I think the back opens too. Yeah, it does. That was actually hard to see that it even opened. But yeah, there's that, and look what that's like. There's no point in that, to be honest with you, and I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining, but there's really no point. Like, why would you do it just to see whatever that is? Am I right? And then it's got this little thing so you could hook it with your thumbnail, so it is functional. And it does have that suspension, but just that doesn't look like a sign. It's not great. It's not great. So out of all these, I think the best looking ones of the Majorette castings, the Porsche is just pretty good, right? It's pretty good. Like, proportionately, you really can't complain too much about it. That's so cool. All right, and then the Mustang looks actually quite good as well. The Z car is okay. This thing is honestly, it's pretty awful. All right, you guys let me know what you think. All right, so I'm going to call that. We got 2 out of 4, we'll call them winners in this set that are pretty good. Let's see how many winners we got out of 3. Now, we only got 3 chances with the Maisto, but I would say this Porsche is a pretty good one. This is definitely a good casting. It looks really good. The stance is not perfect, but it's pretty decent. Now, the rest of these will suffer a little bit, I think. We're going to go with this one, I think, the SF90 Stradale. Let's take a look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. I'll take a peek at it. And here it is, SF90 Stradale. Oh, this is actually looking a lot better than I expected it to. I suppose you guys want to see it. So, man, if it was just... I love the suspension, but if they would ditch it and get it to look like that permanently, that would be better. It rolls. Box is okay. It looks really good upside down. The paint feels nice and good quality. Again, metal base, so fan of that, right? Most of you are. The door gaps don't look terrible. I mean, they're there. You can see them, but they don't look terrible. Doors swing out. I don't know. I'm liking these a lot better the second time around looking at a couple than I did the first time around. I do think, however, the stance could be worked on a little bit. So just painted details on the front of this one, or on the back of this one, and the front of this one. So no inserted detail. But it just feels a lot higher quality than the Majorette stuff. And I would say this one, I didn't think this one was going to be that great. And it is pretty darn good. It looks really good. It looks better on camera, I think, than it does in person. So the stance, when you're looking at it about this distance, doesn't look too bad. When you get it close up, you can kind of see like the big gap there. You know what I'm saying? So that detracts from it a little bit. But overall, not too bad. All right, let's look at the last one. This is probably, I would put this one in the winner column, to be honest, because it's pretty nice. All right. Ferrari Monza SP1. Let's go ahead and get that open. That's our last one for today. Throw the packaging on the ground. I don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to save those boxes or not. And here is this wild looking thing. Now, I already have this thing in red. I think they put it out in so far. And now you get it in a silver with the yellow stripe. And it's pretty nice. It is pretty nice. It's a metal base, metal body, of course, rubber tires. It's got these pointless opening part. So another pointless opening part. Why? Like, what is the point of seeing that there is a little bit of cargo space in the car? Like, who cares? What is the point of that? Why do we need that? Just shut it. Open the hood. Let's see that. I don't know. Does it need an opening part? And that's the thing. I think some of these companies shoot themselves in the foot by having the opening parts. I don't think too many people buy them because of the opening parts. The opening parts like kind of an afterthought, I think, for collectors. In my opinion, it is. But then the question is, okay, so if that's an afterthought, for the collector, it's like, do we really need an opening part if it's going to detract from the casting? Now, this, they do a pretty good job. I will say, like, the gap's not bad. From the side, from a profile view, like, you don't even see it. So, really, I should stop complaining. I like the full carbon fiber texture in the plastic. That actually looks really good. So, yeah. In all fairness, this is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna say the Speed Icons have got my heart a little bit more than the Majorette stuff does, and I've bought a ton of this Majorette stuff over the years, and I don't know, Speed Icons doing pretty good. All right, so that's gonna be it. So, oh, this is funny. Maybe I should have paid attention to that. Magnifier can offer the best zoom effect. Please be sure the distance between the magnifier and the watch item is less than 5 inches. Oh, yeah. And then if your eyes are far away from it, that's the way that works. Anyway, so this magnifier is cool. Go check it out. Hit the link in the description. I don't think they're too expensive. They're about like 34 or 35 bucks. 30, and I think they're on sale right now, actually. As I'm talking, they may not be anymore, but pretty nice item. Pretty cool item. So thank you, Noah's Big, for sending that over. And yeah, check them out on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description. Let me know what you think about these cars. I don't know. I was all into the Majorettes before, right? And then now that these are out, I'm comparing the two. It's like, you know, there's more value, I think, in the Speed Icons. We'll see what happens as they come out with more toolings. But then the Majorette Collection 2.0, like the better castings, I don't have them here in front of me, but the more premium Majorette ones, those are amazing. So, yeah. One of these days I'll have to do a video of all the little middle-of-the-road brands and kind of see who comes out on top. All right, thank you guys again for watching. Have yourself a great day.